institutions. Antonio Freeman on the receiving end of that.
And Kevin, Denver replied on the ground with Terrell Davis.
Absolutely. He was running the ball very well. They were opening.
Welcome back to San Diego. The smoke. Welcome back to San Diego. The smoke's clearing here from the halftime show, and the Broncos will start the second half with a 17-14 lead over the Packers. But I've got to think that the last man John Elway wanted to see when he went out for the coin toss before the game was the man who beat him the last time the Super Bowl was here, Doug Williams, former quarterback of the Washington Redskins. Doug, thanks for joining us. The Broncos took a 10-0 lead over you in that game. Then you had the most phenomenal second quarter in history.
Well, I think we was blessed. Number one, you know, I think my offensive line and the wide receivers did a heck of a job. And Timmy Smith came out of nowhere and pretty much dominated the football game. But I think the difference in the football game was the people in the trenches, and that's the offensive line and our defensive line.
You were the first black quarterback to go to the Super Bowl. You won it. Did you really appreciate the significance of that and what it might mean to black people around the country at the time?
Not really. You know, Coach Robinson, who's here today, you know, one thing he told me after the game, he said, you know, you don't even understand the impact of that football game. And I think now, 10 years later, I matured a little bit, got a little older, and you know, with the kids growing up and everything and your family, I think you learn to appreciate it a lot more.
Now, you beat Elway 10 years ago. He's coming towards the end of his career. He's never won one. Have you got a bit of sympathy for him?
Well, you know, the good thing about this whole matchup, and I think we all see it, is the fact that you got two of the best quarterbacks in the league playing today, and I think that's the way it should be. And, you know, I know both of them. I know Brett. He's close to my hometown, and I don't think it would be fair for me playing in the NFC to say I'm for Denver. But at the same time, out of respect for Elway, I'm not going to say I'm for Brett. I think my seat that I sit in now is a great seat, is to watch both of them play.
Now, you mentioned Coach Robinson there. A lot of people back in Great Britain probably won't know who Coach Robinson is, but you are taking over the head coaching job next season at Grambling University from the greatest college coach ever.
Well, you're looking at a situation for a young man that coached for 57 years at one institution, something that I don't think would ever happen again in life. You know, a lot of people ask me, am I going to fill Coach Robinson's shoes? And I always say there's nowhere you can fill a man like that shoes. What you do is simply bronze his shoes, put them on the side or put them on the pedestal, and put your own shoes up on it, because it's a whole different era.
All right, let's bring our two other guests back in now. What are you expecting Marv to see in the second half? It's still pretty tight.
A lot depends on whether Terrell Davis is going to be healthy to play. I think Denver's in real trouble if he can't. They have to be able to run the ball. That last touchdown for Green Bay was a big, big factor to bolster their confidence. And I think even though they trail by 3 at this point, that they're a little bit in charge now.
People who get in aren't content with just seeing the Super Bowl live. They want to see it on television as well. And in a certain section of the stands, they can.
Yeah, what we got here is like the new choice seat. It's only in like a couple selected seats. Unfortunately, I got a Super Bowl seat right here. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. I get the commercials, I get the game, and then when I see a cool play like this, I mean, all I have to do is I hit replay right there. It's going to show from different camera angles what's going on, and it shows right near, you know, there's the running, I mean, there's the wide receiver coming across, and then it'll show the play like that. I can pick up, I want to know what's going on with the drive. The last one was 6 yards, it was a run, and I can see, you know, how the rushing's going, how much of a rush we got going here, the pass protection, and then I can go if I want for the total game drive, or how they're doing for the game. It compares the statistics back and forth. It's great. Also, I can pull this away, the screen across. And right now, I was just looking up to see all the people in the Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame, and it goes through alphabetically who's in it, and then I still get the game up in the corner of the screen, which is pretty cool. I can get statistics and everything.
And once you can order beer and hot dogs from it, it'll take over the world. Kevin, what do you think about that? You can see the game live and throw things at the television set.
That's crazy. The technology that they have nowadays is really interesting.
He sees everything but the game itself, the real game.
Too busy looking at the television set. Now, Marv, the Denver Broncos are running the...
Terrell Davis was blocking on Reggie White, of all people. So
a long time since an AFC team has led this late in a Super Bowl. John Elway knows it. He's lost 3 times here. Neil Smith knows it. It's his first chance. 24-17.
Denver have a 7-point lead, and it seems the further you pin them back, the better they play. Green Bay with a 95-yard drive. The Broncos with a 92-yard drive.
That was a masterful drive. Of course, they featured Terrell Davis, but a couple of keys. He's thriving on it. He seems to be enjoying it, and of course, momentum follows that.
Now, the news from the sideline is that Terrell Davis didn't have a concussion. He had a migraine, which is something he suffered a lot from in his rookie year. If he's got a migraine, I'm sure Mike Shanahan would like to see him suffer from a few more.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to keep running. I mean, everybody's a little nicked up right there on both sides of the ball. Everybody's feeling a little sore. But, hey, this is a physical football game. You can hear the snapping and popping all the way up here. They're getting after it.
And they punched it in with Terrell Davis when they got down there, Mark.
They did. Two.
This pretty neat.